Okay. Hey, this is Kevin and my Uncle Mike here, and this is the second time Uncle Mike's going to tell us this because I forgot to hit record the first time. But anyway, Uncle Mike, tell me about what you saw when you were a kid.
Yeah, this is quite the story. But both Kevin and I have some good stories on unidentified flying objects, although we know what they are. I was about 10 or 11, living in Walnut Creek, California. And we had a big bay window and bedroom that I shared with my brother, although my brother wasn't home at the time. And I was getting ready to go to bed, and I was looking out at the window. It was a very clear night. We lived along this lake. And I looked up in the sky for whatever reason, and here was this big kind of yellowish object, and it was quite close. I mean, it was big. And it was just hovering there. And I had the presence because my mom and I had already talked about flying saucers, because it was a very active period in the 50s that this was going on. And so I had the presence of listening for any sound from the object. And there was no sound. It was just hovering there over the lake. But you could tell it was kind of a little bit of movement there, and you could kind of make out like there might have been portholes or some kind of around the outer edge of it. And of course my heart was pounding like crazy because, this was awesome. So I started to go out of the bedroom, but as I started to go, this object just like that, and I ran to my mom. I could hardly talk. I was, and I wanted her to go. By the time she got to it was gone. And then we're jumping quite a few years later, living in Spokane, Washington. This last year, we have a big skylight in my bedroom, and I saw these big bright lights. They were quite high, but we see satellites that go over all the time, and you can usually tell if it's a satellite.
That's right.
They move kind of slow. They're not doing too much. These were consecutive. There were about 4 objects or more, maybe 6, one after another in a straight line, and they were moving at a very high rate of speed, although I saw them for about maybe 15 seconds in my skylight. Mm-hmm. And then to top it off, then about 2 weeks ago, this is in April of 21 here, I saw, looking out at the window out of my skylight again, a V-shaped formation, and they were flying at quite a high rate of speed, but they are all like geese, how they fly, one after another. I told my wife, I said, there must have been maybe close to a dozen of them, maybe less, but so there's some stories out there.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, cool. What color were the lights?
Well, they were kind of the yellowish.
Okay.
Again, that yellowish tinge.
Okay.
Yeah, but they were moving at a high rate of speed, so it wasn't satellites.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks, Uncle Mike.
You bet. Peace.